Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE superstar Liv Morgan recently took to social media to send a message after the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez lost the Women's Tag Team Championship. Morgan is currently out of in-ring action due to an injury. On the June 16, 2025 edition of Raw, Liv Morgan locked horns with Kairi Sane in a singles match. The bout ended abruptly after Morgan suffered an injury. Since then, she has not been seen on WWE TV. Amid her absence, Roxanne Perez replaced her as the Women's Tag Team Champion alongside Raquel Rodriguez. Tonight at SummerSlam 2025, the Judgment Day stars put their titles on the line against a team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. All of the stars involved in the match put on an incredible display of action inside the squared circle. And for the most part, it was a back-and-forth affair. However, the bout ultimately ended in the Queen's and Little Miss Bliss' favor. Following the match, Liv Morgan took to X/Twitter to react after her Judgment Day teammates lost the tag team titles. The former WWE Women's World Champion sent a two-word message, seemingly not happy with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez's loss. Check out her post below. It remains to be seen when Liv Morgan will return to the Stamford-based promotion's weekly programming. Liv Morgan has finally broken her silence after the Judgment Day shockingly lost the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam, and her emotional response has sent waves through the WWE universe. The defeat marked a stunning shift in momentum for the once dominant faction, and it appears Liv is not only reeling from the loss itself, but also from what it might mean for her place within the group moving forward. SummerSlam was supposed to be a triumphant night for the Judgment Day. With momentum on their side and championship gold in their possession, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley entered the event with confidence, charisma, and complete control. However, what unfolded was an unexpected breakdown in chemistry and communication that cost them the titles and left fans speculating about cracks forming in the Dark Alliance. The match itself was intense and physical from the start, with Liv and Rhea facing off against the formidable duo of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. For months, Bianca and Jade had been teasing a tag team union, and when they finally solidified their partnership, they immediately targeted the champions. Liv, who had found herself increasingly leaning into the twisted, chaotic energy of the Judgment Day, showed resilience and tenacity throughout the bout. Still, it wasn't enough. A miscue in the final minutes saw Rhea Ripley accidentally hit Liv with a massive clothesline intended for Bianca. The misstep allowed Jade to take advantage, hitting Liv with the Jaded finisher for the win. The crowd was stunned, and even Rhea Ripley seemed to freeze as the referee counted 3. Bianca and Jade stood tall, new champions crowned, while Liv lay in the center of the ring, shocked, motionless, and heartbroken. Backstage sources say tensions were running high as the Judgment Day regrouped behind the curtain. Damian Priest and Finn Balor were said to be visibly frustrated, while Dominic Mysterio avoided reporters entirely. But it was Liv's absence from the post-show media availability that spoke volumes. She wasn't seen again that night, not even during the backstage brawl that later broke out involving other members of the faction. It wasn't until the next afternoon that Liv resurfaced online. In a cryptic post shared to her social media accounts, she wrote simply, "Maybe I was too loyal." The post was accompanied by a black and white image of her sitting alone in the locker room, her championship gear still on, with the title belt no longer around her waist. The statement was brief, but the implication was heavy. Perhaps Liv is beginning to question whether her loyalty to the Judgment Day has come at too great a cost. Fans were quick to rally around her. The hashtag #JusticeForLiv began trending within an hour of her post, with thousands of supporters pointing out how often she's taken the fall for her faction's missteps. This isn't the first time Liv has found herself at a crossroads in WWE, but this time feels different. She's not the underdog clawing her way back up the ladder. She's a champion who has tasted power, warred alongside one of the most dominant groups in recent WWE history, and is now seemingly watching it all fall apart from the inside. WWE insiders are already speculating what Liv's next move could be. Some believe she may be gearing up for a full-fledged face turn, separating herself from the Judgment Day and re-establishing her identity outside of the group. Others wonder if her message was a veiled warning. Perhaps she's not done with the Judgment Day yet, but is preparing to confront them on her terms. Either way, the fallout promises to be explosive. Rhea Ripley has yet to publicly respond to the incident, but the tension between her and Liv is becoming harder to ignore. Their tag team reign was marked by physical dominance and chaotic energy, but signs of discord have bubbled under the surface for weeks. In recent interviews, Liv had spoken glowingly of Rhea's leadership and their shared vision, but fans noticed the growing edge in Liv's tone. The subtle shifts from praise to frustration, from allegiance to doubt. This might be the moment that shifts everything for Liv Morgan. Once known as WWE's perpetual underdog, she has evolved into a more calculated, dangerous competitor under the Judgment Day's influence. But as with every alliance in WWE, there comes a point when individual ambition collides with group loyalty. Liv's message, "Maybe I was too loyal," feels like both a confession and a declaration. She's been loyal. She's bled for the group. She's sacrificed titles, friendships, and identity for the cause. And now, in the wake of that sacrifice, she's left with nothing. What adds more weight to Liv's statement is the history of the Judgment Day. The group has always operated with a ruthless hierarchy, often discarding members who show weakness or dissent. Just ask Edge. Just ask JD McDonough, who floated on the edges of the group before fully earning their trust. The group is not known for coddling their own. If Liv is showing signs of discontent, even heartbreak, that could put a target on her back, especially with Rhea Ripley being the group's undisputed female centerpiece. But Liv Morgan is no longer the vulnerable, naive performer she once was. She's been to war. She's held titles. She's taken on the very best and survived. If this moment truly marks a turning point for her, she may not run from the darkness of the Judgment Day. She may confront it head-on, possibly setting the stage for one of the most emotionally charged rivalries WWE has seen in years. Already, reports are circulating that Liv will address the SummerSlam fallout live on Raw. WWE officials are reportedly giving her the opening segment, a rare show of trust and spotlight placement that indicates how serious this storyline could become. Some fans are even suggesting Liv might challenge Rhea Ripley directly, questioning her leadership, her loyalty, and her role in the championship loss. If that happens, we could be seeing the implosion of the Judgment Day from within. Such a development would send shockwaves through WWE's women's division, splintering one of the most dominant alliances in years, and possibly reigniting singles rivalries that have long been simmering under the surface. A feud between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley would be electric, not just because of their in-ring chemistry, but because of the real emotional weight that has been building over months of partnership and tension. It's also worth considering what this might mean for the rest of the group. Could Damian Priest and Finn Balor be forced to choose sides? Would Dominic Mysterio follow Rhea no matter what, or could he be swayed by Liv's charisma and the promise of a new direction? The Judgment Day has weathered betrayals and leadership struggles before, but this may be the storm that finally fractures them beyond repair. There's also the question of what Liv wants. Is it revenge? Is it redemption? Or is it recognition that after everything she's endured, she deserves to be seen not as an accessory to someone else's success, but as a threat, a contender, and perhaps even the future face of the division? Only time will tell how WWE decides to play this out, but Liv Morgan's silence is over, and with just one sentence, she's reignited fan interest in her story. "Maybe I was too loyal" isn't just a reflection of the past, it's a warning about the future. The loss at SummerSlam might have been the beginning of the end for Liv's time in the Judgment Day, but it could also be the beginning of a new, more dangerous version of Liv Morgan. One that doesn't just follow orders but takes control of her own destiny. Whether she seeks vengeance, redemption, or transformation, one thing is certain. Liv Morgan is no longer just a member of the Judgment Day. She is a woman on the edge, and that's exactly where she's most dangerous. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.